If you've got tickets to Taylor Swift's concert, lucky you, like these people. But not everyone is as lucky. Not only did they not get the tickets, but some even got scammed. Just for Taylor Swift's concert alone, at least 54 people were scammed, and they've lost as much as $45,000 according to the police. Now, not just the Swifties, on the whole, since January, more than 500 people became victims of online shopping and concert ticket scams, and they've lost at least 500K. So, the question is, what makes music fans so vulnerable to scams? Well, let's get to the point with behavioral scientist Dr. Reuben Ng. Reuben, with concerts now heating up, we may be seeing more victims of scams and scalpers. What makes music fans vulnerable to this? Is it the fear of missing out or FOMO?
Well, Haryanto, thank you so much for having me. It's so good to be here with you. You know, these stars, they have such popularity. I mean, these are sheer big stars, right? You have Taylor Swift, you have Coldplay, and you have Jackie Chung. I mean, Jackie Chung used to be really popular when I was growing up, and now it's still popular. So we are talking about different groups affecting all age groups, right? So I think number one is the sheer star power of these people coming to Singapore. And number two is how difficult to get these tickets. I was talking to somebody, she was in queue 800,000. And she was so happy because a friend was over 1 million, right, in the queue. And also, if you can get tickets like this, it's just pure peer bragging rights, right? It's a badge of honor. So I think it's a combination of these reasons that make people really vulnerable, looking for, if they can get it without thinking much about the cost or whether it's real, they will go for it.
Ruben, as more social platforms emerge, does it mean we are likely to see various types of scams through these channels? And if so, what will they look like?
Oh, absolutely. It's really a hunting ground right now for some of these scammers. I think the thing about scammers like this, they're getting smarter and smarter. Some of these social media platforms are platforms where they serve as baits. They may give you a link, they may give you a QR code to get you somewhere. And what would they try to do when they get you somewhere? Number two, they may just get your information without actually scamming you now. So that's a harvest and wait strategy, right? You may not be scammed right away, but because you've keyed in your information, they will definitely scam you again. You are more susceptible. Then, of course, the other case is if you manage to click through and then you put in your payment details, that's where you may actually lose money. So I think we just need to be really careful. While you may click through, you may not be asked for payment details, but the other details that you have given, it may really be harvested. You may be scammed again. So please be careful.
So talking about, being careful, what can we do, to make sure that we don't become victims of scams?
Sure. I think the first thing to note is that there's no fear in being scammed. To be very honest with you, I've been scammed before, right? So yes, sometimes you feel a bit shame, a bit paiseh, but that there's really no shame in being scammed. So what this means is that if you are scammed, you have to report it. It's only with more data that the authorities can catch these scammers. And please tell somebody about it so that they can learn from your experience. So that's the first thing, right? Very important. Number two, we develop a sort of a WAS sort of model, WAS checklist, WAS. Number one, W is wait. If you think the deal is too good to be true, it might be. So just wait. Don't rush into it. Okay, that's W. A is authenticate. Check back with somebody. Is this true? Is this not? Are you able to get this really good deal somewhere else? So number two, A, authenticate. The next is S. Use somebody as a sounding board. Sound it off to somebody. With WAS as a model, as a checklist, hopefully scams will be a thing of the past for you and for society.